Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Tanush. So, this is a kind of follow up video of my previous video, which was on coming out of Sade Sati and bouncing back in our life. So, today I happened to see comments and I've seen many misconceptions among people, many apprehensions about Saturn Mahadasha, and obviously there is a lot of negativity about how Sade Sati was, and again apprehension about future, how future Dasha is going to be. So I thought, let me clear off some of the misconceptions. And astrology is a positive science. It actually tells you about which period is going to be bad, but how can you sail through it and how you can bounce back to life. So it's not about creating negativity or fear among people. And this I thought, I should clarify, because I've seen many comments and people going through a lot of tough situations, and my heart actually goes out for them. I can understand their plight and what they have gone through, but just judging the entire life based on this 7.5 tough, difficult period would not be a good thing, right? So you will fall into that pit of negativity and you'll start seeing things in the same direction. Your mindset is going to change, right? So first misconception which you need to understand is which is quite common, is Sade Sati is only 7.5 year period, in which the entire period may not be bad. For some people it's like ups and downs would happen. For some people complete 7.5 year period is bad, but it's most of the time it's like you'll see ups and downs, right? You can sail through it. Obviously people have lost their family members, people have lost their jobs, their respect, relationship issues, divorces, and many things people have gone through, and surely that has created a lot of negativity in them. So I thought, let me clarify. I have taken some questions from some of the comments, and I would like to respond to it. So first is people who are going through Saturn Mahadasha, and when Sade Sati comes, it's really a tough time, right? And I have seen from the comments that people are judging that even after Sade Sati, because they will be going through Saturn Mahadasha for probably long period of time, so the same negativity, the same pattern would continue. So that is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. So Saturn Mahadasha and Sade Sati are two different things. And obviously when you go through Sade Sati, when you are going through Saturn Mahadasha, the result is very intense, right? Because during Saturn Mahadasha, what happens is Saturn is in control of your life. So whenever you go through any Mahadasha, the planet of that Mahadasha will control the direction of your life. And when you are going through Saturn Mahadasha, obviously Saturn controls your life, most of the aspects of your life. And then Sade Sati comes, wherein Saturn inflicts a lot of pain, on your mind especially, right? So psychologically, and events happen in life, which I mentioned, which obviously give lot of pain to your mind. You go through emotional trauma, and very difficult to comprehend. So now, because you're going through Saturn Mahadasha, and Saturn is around your moon, either 12 places away, or it's in the same house as moon, or it has transited to the next house as your moon. Because it is very close to moon, obviously that Saturn gives a lot of pain. So irrespective of whether you are going through Saturn Mahadasha or not, the pain would be there. But if you are going through Saturn Mahadasha, because Saturn is controlling your life, the pain would be more intense, right? The pain would be more intense. Now, the point which I am trying to make is, once you complete your Sade Sati and continue your Saturn Mahadasha, the Saturn Mahadasha is not going to be as intense, as difficult, as tough as the time which you have faced during Sade Sati. The situations, the trauma which you face during Sade Sati, it's not going to be the same, right? So Saturn Mahadasha, surely things slow down a bit, And Saturn Mahadasha is very good for many people. Like for Taurus ascendant, Saturn becomes, one of the Yogaraka planet, one of the best planet. And I've seen people, Taurus ascendant people who have Saturn debilitated in the 12th house. When they go through Saturn Mahadasha, it's much better than other Mahadashas. Obviously, it's going to be a little tough. Things slow down considerably, but significant achievements, many good things happen in their life, right? So it's obviously good for Taurus ascendant. It is good for Libra ascendant because again it's a Yogaraka planet for you. For Gemini ascendant, it gives mixed results because it is a lot of your 8th and 9th house, and the Mool Trikon Rashi is 9th house, so it's Bhagyakaraka planet for you. But obviously, it carries the results of 8th house. But so it's a mixed result, but obviously it's going to be good, right? Even for Aries ascendant, Saturn becomes the lord of your 10th and 11th house, right? So it would be wrong to say that because you are going through Saturn Mahadasha and then Sade Sati comes and it's very, very tough time. So even though Sade Sati ends, the remaining Saturn Mahadasha is going to be as tough, as Sade Sati. No, that's absolutely wrong, right? So once Sade Sati ends, things would cool down. You will see a lot of pressure coming down. Now, if you are going through Saturn Mahadasha, it might take a while for you to experience that because Saturn is a slow moving planet. Saturn being a slow moving planet, it slows down things considerably. So when you go through Jupiter Mahadasha, things are quite good, quite optimistic, things happen very fast. And then after 16 years of optimistic Jupiter Mahadasha, you enter into Saturn Mahadasha. So it's like you are entering into a completely different time zone where things slow down considerably. So things slow down, Saturn delays, but Saturn does not deny, right? And when Saturn gives results to you, they are lasting results, and usually they endure for a long time, probably for your lifetime, right? So don't live in the misconception that because I'm going through Sade Sati and Saturn Mahadasha, even after Sade Sati, Saturn Mahadasha is going to be the same. Absolutely no. Things are going to change considerably. It might take 2, 3, 4 months, but things are going to change considerably, right? Now, second point I would like to inform is the actual wealth giving planet. So obviously we have second house, we see the 11th house and different yogas, Dhana Yoga and many other yogas, Mahalakshmi Yoga, etc. for looking at how much wealth a person would actually save and how much they can earn from the business or their career, etc. right? But the main wealth giving planet is actually Saturn. Why? Because Saturn becomes a lord of 10th and 11th house in the natural Kal Chakra Kundali, right? So if you look at people who have actually earned a lot of wealth in their life, most of the time it is due to Saturn, right? So if you have gone through financial losses, if you have lost your job, financially you are completely devastated, you have lost all your savings, it's not going to be the same for rest of the Saturn Mahadasha. So after Sade Sati, things will change, right? So that is first thing you have to keep in mind, right? Now, second is, why Makar Rashi had to go through such traumatic situations, or Capricorn moon sign people had to go through a lot of stress. I already discussed in my video. It is because of the placement of moon. So when moon is placed in the sign of Capricorn, moon is not at all comfortable because moon is a very emotional planet, a very soft planet, and Capricorn moon sign is all about being very, very practical to the core, right? Being very practical, being straightforward, So there is the emotional quotient is absolutely kind of minimum in the sign of Capricorn, and because moon is placed there, moon has to adapt to that, and moon doesn't like that, and moon is already kind of under stress, and then when Saturn comes, it's like the sign of Capricorn already is troubling moon, and then the lord of that house, when Saturn comes there, when it's around moon or it's transiting over your moon, things get very difficult, right? And hence, Capricorn ascendant, Capricorn moon sign people had to go through this kind of situation, right? Now, another comment I read was about Capricorn ascendant, right? So, someone had written that that person is Capricorn ascendant, and uh, Saturn Mahadasha is coming, and person is really apprehensive and really fearful of that dasha. All pessimistic thoughts are coming that it's going to be tough. No, why? Because Saturn is the lord of your ascendant, right? And it is said that the dasha of ascendant lord in general would be the best dasha for that particular person, right? And even though if Saturn is in a bad spot, still it would not give you terrible results. And if it is in a good spot, or in a good sign like earthly sign or air sign, that dasha would be very, very positive, right? So just because your Capricorn ascendant or your Aquarius ascendant doesn't mean that your Saturn Mahadasha would be bad. No, because Saturn is the lord of your ascendant, right? So obviously it's going to give you good results. Now, as I said, Saturn delays things, it will make you work hard, and especially for Capricorn ascendants, it will probably make you work a little harder, but it will give you amazing results, right? So you don't have to fear Saturn. Now, one thing I would like to mention about Capricorn ascendants. So generally, or Capricorn moon sign especially, right? So Capricorn or Makar Rashi people are generally very disciplined, ambitious, very practical and hardworking. So these qualities, they get it from Saturn. And these qualities are kind of within them. Maybe these qualities may not be revealed during certain period of time, but when Saturn Mahadasha comes, or when one goes through Sade Sati, Saturn obviously gets all these qualities in you. I mean, it will kind of let you know that you are really a very hardworking person, and you have to become very practical. And the Capricorn moon sign people, they align with that thoughts, because basically it is their nature, right? Being the sign of Saturn, and because that is your moon sign, your mind is basically tuned in that way. So because you are going through a different Mahadasha, it may not be quite evident for you, but once you go through Sade Sati, all these qualities will obviously become prominent. You may not even know. You will only know after you come out of Sade Sati, because that is when you become more experienced, you become more tempered. Like I said, you are ready to face the world now, right? So Capricorn people, Capricorn moon sign and Capricorn ascendant also, you have these qualities of Saturn within you. So they may be in dormant state, you may not be able to see that, but once you have gone through the phases of Sade Sati, obviously these qualities would be exhibited clearly, right? Now, few tips I would like to give is, if your confidence is shattered, if you have a lot of pessimism in you because you have gone through situations, please remove that, because things are not going to be the same, right? So if you feel, because you have gone, this period of 7.5 years is a long period, and because you have gone through different situations for 7.5 year period, and that has created a typical mindset in you that my life is going to be the same, because you have seen a lot during this period. Look at your life prior to Sade Sati, or look at your life when you are going through some positive Mahadasha, right? So things were not so bad. And why should you get the feeling that after Sade Sati things would continue to be bad, right? So Sade Sati is a phase of life which everyone has to go through, and for few selected moon signs or few selected people who have certain placements, it's going to be tough, and you have gone through it. And now there ends the matter, right? So once Sade Sati is completed, probably after 5-6 months, you will see you are bouncing back and things change. So based on your Mahadasha, things might change very fast, or things might change slowly, right? But things will change. So please, don't have that notion that things are going to be tough because Sade Sati has end and you are going through Saturn Mahadasha, or you have seen a lot of situations. Things are going to be the same. No, yes, you have to do a lot of work because you might have uh, taken big hit on your salary, on your health, on relationships and everything. So you need to rebuild. So yes, that phase is there. That phase would be there for everyone. But trust me, you are going to bounce back, right? And especially for people who have lost their job and waiting for right opportunity, this I'm actually telling you based on my personal experience, also the charts which I've seen till now, that even if you get a job which is not on par with your expectations, or the job you had earlier in terms of position or salary, if you see good prospects in it, do accept the offer, because one quality which Saturn tries to teach us is humility, right? And I know it's very tough. So that is how Saturn deals. But if you see good prospects in that job, do accept that with humility. Do accept that cut in your salary package, and trust me, probably within 1 year or one and a half year, you'll be there where you're expecting to be. Surely you'll be there, right? So come out of that shell of negativity, pessimism, that negative thoughts. Very difficult, I know that, but practically, if you look at the life before Sade Sati, how it was, and then you can comprehend that Sade Sati is not all in all. So that doesn't define your life. It is just a phase of your life, right? So guys, these were some of my thoughts. I hope I have answered some of your important comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll be back with another video soon. Thank you so much.